Hey guys, welcome back to A Million Beautiful Views, and my name is Tia, and today we're going to be doing this really pretty look I've had saved forever, and we're going to be using a Juvia's palette, and we're going to be using the Old Abbey palette. So the first shade I'm going to be using is the Simmer Down, and this really pretty like sky blue color, and I'm just going to start off with the blue and just start from there. And because the eyeshadow look is half and half, so I'm going to be doing the blue first in my inner corner and kind of like buff that out. And I'm going to start up high and then work my way down to my crease because I really wanted it to be like blown out, and I didn't work with any crease colors because to me I felt like the picture didn't have any crease colors. So the closest I can get to this is just by starting higher up and working my way down to the crease. So I'm starting like closer to the beginning of my brow just so I can see that color when I go to cut my crease. It won't get like, you know, it won't get cut away. So the next color I'm going into is this like deeper blue. It's almost the same shade. It's crazy. It's just a little bit deeper. And I didn't want to go with like a brown or a black to deepen it up. I really wanted to stay in the same color range because I wanted the eyes still to look bright and not heavy, because this look literally didn't have like too many like dark features to it in the crease area. So I decided to go with a little bit deeper of the same tone. I'm jumping into the Juvia's Place palette, and I'm using two different colors to kind of create that color. I couldn't find anything super close, so I used both of those to kind of like get like a good like mixture of both. So to me, in my mind, it looked like a rustic red with a little bit of like a raspberry undertone. I wouldn't say necessarily pink because it wasn't hot pink or anything like that. So by using both of those, I felt like it kind of like balanced them both out, because the one red shadow, it is a little bit deeper. It almost looked brown on video, but it is like rustic red. So by me putting that raspberry, it kind of like helped balance the like tones out a little bit more. So I'm going to put this on my outer corner, and I'm going to kind of like buff that out again just like I did the blue, but I'm going to work with a little bit of a deeper tone at the end just to kind of like darken and smoke the eye out a little bit more. But I wanted to keep this bright and airy, so I'm just blowing out that color so it's not so stuck in one place. So I'm constantly blending with these colors because the eyeshadow is literally dependent on both of these colors. It's not much else to it. It's super simple, very easy to do. So when you're working with like two colors, it has to be like almost a flawless blend. So I'm really working the color from the top to the bottom, and I'm going back in with that darker red just to kind of deepen that crease area on the outer corner. And I did go in with a little bit of a brown, just a regular dark brown. I didn't show it because it's just a dark brown. So I'm putting that in between the crease and like the outer V just to give it a little bit of depth, because the look is very flat to me and I needed a little bit of something to like, you know, just to amp it up a little bit. So by me putting that there, it will give like the eye a little bit of dimension. So now I'm going in with my e.l.f. camo concealer to cut out the shape that I wanted. So I'm basically going with like a half cut crease. So I'm stopping the like cut crease like right where the blue and the red ends. So I'm just kind of creating the normal shape that I do. And by me like putting the concealer over the blue is fine because I'm putting the blue, like a shimmer blue on top. So by the e.l.f. being like so light and I'm doing it over the blue, it's gonna look almost blue anyways. It's no big deal. There's no reason to like take all that color off all over again. But this will help give it a little bit of like that 3D kind of look, because if I would have just put the shadows like a shimmer shadow right on top, I really do feel like the concealer does make it look like a 3D kind of effect in a way by bringing it up a little bit so it's not so flat. So by me creating this shape, you can kind of see like where I put that dark blue, and it kind of helps like balance out that inner corner. This Juvia's Place blue is so pretty. The shimmer in that is almost like, I would say like a really pretty like nail polish almost. Like that really pretty blue that like everyone really wants. And I feel like they made it into an eyeshadow. So I chose to put this one on top because Juvia's Place never fails when it comes to like shimmer. The shimmers are always like really, really good. And I knew that I was going to get the pigment that I wanted for it to stand out while still being in the same color range. So I'm just taking a small flat shader brush and I'm just sweeping that color over the cut crease area, and I'm staying right into the lines. I'm not really trying to go around the lines too much, just so that it can still stand out. And I'm not bringing it too much over into the red, just right where it stops at. And then I'm going to use a red to kind of blend in with that blue, so that's why I didn't take it over too much. So I'm going back in with that deeper red tone by itself without that raspberry tone underneath, like mixed in, just to kind of like keep the look kind of dark in that area. It doesn't really need to be bright. I just really want to marry those two colors together. So I'm cleaning up with a makeup wipe. This one is the Target brand. I've mentioned this in my other videos before. The Target brand wipes work very well. I wouldn't say they're Neutrogena, but they work very, very well for like 99 cents. So now I'm going in with my NYX matte liquid liner. This is kind of like my go-to liquid liner. And I'm just doing like a typical wing look. Like, I'm not trying to make it too dramatic. The look that I inspired by her wing wasn't really dramatic. It was just a regular wing. So, you know, I just kind of went with that. I wasn't trying to be all crazy with the wing because I wanted to control the details and kind of make it my own, like personalize it myself. So I just kept the black liner basic because I was going to put white details in different areas. So I'm just kind of trying to get that wing right. Wing liner takes forever to do, but I did want to show how like I take my time to kind of like build the shape, because I do have that lid fold, so it will create kind of creasing, and I really don't showcase my eyeliner too much because it is difficult for me to do and it takes me a long time to do. So I'll take my time and just work with my eye shape and work with my creasing and everything that go with it. Everyone's eye shape is different. Some people can do it like in 2 minutes. Some people take like 10 minutes. And I'm somewhere in between. So I'm going in with this Ghost Baby, I believe, by the Old Abbey palette. This blue was so pretty. It almost had like a whitish baby blue with a little bit of gold reflex in it. So I figured this will kind of like be in the same color family of the blue and still have a little bit of shimmer. So I'm using the NYX white liquid liner, and I've only used this a few times, and I'm still not sure if I like really love it, but it's working for what I want to do right now, and I don't have any like color liners. So I'm still trying to figure it out, like the texture of the liner, and going back over to make sure it's very opaque. So I don't know. I'll let y'all know if I love it still. I'll use it a few more times. So I decided that I was just going to highlight the areas of my eye. So I decided to do right underneath my wing, right in the inner corner, and then right over the like top part of my wing, just to kind of like, I don't know, like I just wanted it to be somewhat of my own. And this is the only way I knew to keep this somewhat different, personalizing myself, but still keep it like as close to the picture as possible. So I didn't want to go like, you know, step by step exactly how she had hers. I just wanted it to be my style, and this is kind of like my style in a way. So I'm just going to take my time and do my liner. I'm using these lashes. I've used these before, and I love them. They're very wispy, long, and dramatic. And I'm going in with this Juvia's Place shimmer again. That shimmer is so pretty. It's almost like glass effect almost. It's like glassy almost. Very reflective. So I didn't have a blue liner, so I decided to do that eyeshadow in my waterline. I like doing eyeshadows in my waterline. It does get into the eye if you do too much, so do be careful if you do that. But overall, I think eyeshadows last pretty well in the waterline, me personally. So I'm going in with the red that I put at the top, and I'm just going to buff that down at the bottom to go around like the blue that I put in my waterline. And that's just going to help kind of like marry all the looks from the top to the bottom. And nothing crazy. I mean, I just want to kind of like do the whole mirror effect from the top to the bottom. I feel like this will kind of like create the look to be like overall corresponding, because I was deciding to do it bare, and I think this really made it pop like a whole lot. And she did have blue liner in her waterline. So I'm going in with my L'Oreal Paradise mascara, just to kind of coat those lashes underneath, just to give it a little bit of a look, because I do have those shadows down at the bottom. But overall, this look was so much fun. I'm so happy I ended up doing it. Like, this has been in my phone for months, and I just felt like, let's do something different and let's get out of our comfort zone. And people come up with the best ideas, so let's just try it out. And I think it worked out pretty well. Put down in the comments if you end up liking this look. If you have other looks you would like me to do, you can always send me a picture on Instagram at Million Beautiful Views. And her name is Makeup by K on Instagram, and I have her tagged on there. This is my Instagram. Go support this page. Become a supporter. And we kind of like have little conversations in the comments, and I also posted my stories.